Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about CI/CD with Jenkins in 3 steps. What is Jenkins? Jenkins is a popular open source automation server that enables developers to build, test, and deploy their software. It is primarily used for implementing CI/CD workflows, also known as pipelines. Jenkins is written in Java and can be used in conjunction with various testing and reporting tools. It offers a simple way to set up a CI/CD environment for almost any combination of code languages and source code repositories using pipelines. It integrates with practically every tool in the DevOps toolchain. Jenkins is flexible and can be hosted on premise or in the cloud, making it a suitable choice for different types of projects. You can run it on different operating systems, including Windows, Mac OS, and various flavors of Unix such as Ubuntu, OpenSUSE, and more. What is Jenkins pipeline? A Jenkins pipeline is a suite of Jenkins features that supports implementing and integrating continuous delivery pipelines into your software delivery process. A pipeline has an extensible automation server where creating, testing, and deploying software happens continuously. In a Jenkins pipeline, every job or event has mainly 2 parts. The first part is the stages, which comprises various steps like build, test, deploy, etc. The second part is a post section that executes operations depending on the outcome of the stages. The pipeline feature turns your complicated build process into a manageable and easy to understand script with the help of a domain specific language. This DSL is based on Groovy, which is a powerful, optionally typed and dynamic language that runs on the Java platform. Tutorial: How to create a CI/CD pipeline with Jenkins. Step 1. Download and install Jenkins. The first step is to download and install Jenkins on your local machine. Jenkins is a Java-based application, so you'll need to have Java installed on your machine as a prerequisite. To download Jenkins, visit the official Jenkins website and navigate to the download section. Choose a version that suits your operating system, Windows, Linux, Mac OS, and download the var file. Save this file in the directory of your choice. After downloading the Jenkins var file, you can install Jenkins by executing the var file using the Java runtime environment. Open your terminal, navigate to the directory where you save the var file and run the following command: java-jar jenkins.var. This will start Jenkins on your local machine. Keep your terminal open as you'll see the output logs of Jenkins in this window. Start and configure Jenkins. To start Jenkins, access it via your browser by navigating to http localhost 8080. If Jenkins has started successfully, you should see a setup wizard. The setup wizard will guide you through the initial configuration of Jenkins. It will ask you for the initial admin password, which you can find in the terminal output or in a file named initial admin password in the Jenkins home directory. Next, you'll be asked to install suggested plugins or select specific plugins to install. For this tutorial, let's go with the suggested plugins. Jenkins will then proceed to install these plugins, which may take a while. After the plugins are installed, you will be prompted to create your first admin user, fill in the necessary details, and click Save and Continue. Finally, confirm the Jenkins URL, which should be http localhost 8080 if you are running Jenkins locally, and click Save and Finish. This is the picture defining what is happening in the Jenkins dashboard. New item, people, build this. Okay, now going to step 3. Create CI/CD pipeline in Jenkins. Now that we have Jenkins up and running, it's time to create your first CI/CD pipeline. Pipeline in Jenkins defines an entire application lifecycle as a code. it describes the steps that need to be undertaken from the moment the code is committed to a version control system until it's deployed to the production. To create a pipeline, navigate to the Jenkins dashboard and click on New Item in the top left corner, just as seen over here, New Item. Provide a name for your pipeline, select pipeline as a type and click OK. In the configuration screen, select Advanced Project Options. Here in the pipeline section, you'll define your pipeline script. You can either write the script directly in the script box or load it from a Jenkins file in your project repository. Well, this is the thing. Configure Advanced Project Options, Advanced Pipeline, Pipeline Script. Over here, it's written the script in Groovy. Okay, so use Groovy Sandbox, etc. A basic pipeline script might look like this: pipeline agent any, stages, stage build, steps echo building, stage test, steps echo testing, stage deploy, steps echo deploying. So this is the Groovy language. This script defines a pipeline with 3 stages: build, test, and deploy. Each stage contains a step that echoes a message to the console. Once you have defined your pipeline script, click Save. You'll then be redirected to the pipeline page where you can see the pipeline status, build history, and console output. With that, you have successfully created a CI/CD pipeline with Jenkins. Remember, this is a basic example, and actually pipeline scripts could be more complex, involving building the code, running tests, deploying the code, and more. Working with your Jenkins CI/CD pipeline. After creating your CI/CD pipeline in Jenkins, the next step is effectively managing and utilizing it for the continuous integration, continuous deployment. This section covers key sections, actions, and best practices for working with your Jenkins pipeline. Triggering builds automatically. One of the core aspects of CI/CD is automating the build and deployment process. Jenkins allows you to trigger builds automatically in several ways. Polling SCM. Jenkins can regularly check your source control management for changes and trigger a build if changes are detected. This is critical for deploying hotfixes on production. Webhooks. A more efficient way is using webhooks. You can configure your SCM to send a notification to Jenkins whenever there's a new commit, which triggers a new build. You can also tie them to collaboration tools like Slack. Scheduled builds. You can also schedule builds at specific intervals using cron syntax. Managing and monitoring builds. Once builds are triggered, Jenkins provides various tools to manage and monitor these builds. Console output. Check the console output for each build to troubleshoot and understand build issues. Build history. Keep an eye on the build history for patterns or recurring issues in your builds. Notifications. Set up notifications like email or Slack messages for build results to keep your team informed. Implementing advanced pipeline strategies. As your project grows, you may need more sophisticated pipeline strategies. Parallel stages. Use parallel stages to run multiple steps or simultaneously, reducing the overall build time. Pipeline libraries. For complex projects, consider using shared pipeline libraries to reuse common code across different pipelines. Parameterized builds. If you need different configuration like testing in different environments, use parameterized builds to dynamically pass parameters to your pipeline. Deployment strategies. When it comes to deployment, you might consider more advanced deployment strategies. Continuous deployment. For fully automated deployment, ensure your pipeline includes steps to deploy to production after successful tests. Blue-green deployment. Consider using advanced deployment strategies like blue-green deployment to reduce downtime and risk. This is about the code fresh. This is parallel to Jenkins. Will not be reviewing it currently, but certainly we have got to know what Jenkins is, how pipeline is made, how Groovy script looks like, and everything related to getting started with Jenkins. Thank you.